Okay, in this screencast, we're going to take a look at how we want to get started on designing a logo. So I've got the K2K Jamaica Mission Trip logo up here, where we've got this very fluid looking maple leaf that has a gradient fill within it. So really, when you're starting to design a shape, you want to look at three different options. One, drawing it with the shape builder, so using all of your basic geometric shapes and piecing them together. Because this is so fluid, I probably wouldn't want to start that way. The other two options that we've got is our pen tool, where we can sort of freehand draw things and then convert them to curves where necessary. And then we've also got our brush option, and then assigning anchor points to these. So I'm going to show those two options using the pen tool and using the paintbrush. So I'm going to start with my basic pen. And I'm going to have no fill, I just want a black outline, and I'm going to make my stroke at about 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw my basic leaf here, and it's going to be sort of all arranged in points. And then we kind of have a little squiggle coming out there at the end. Okay, so actually, now that I see it, I think I want to increase my stroke a little bit more, so I'm selected on it, and I'm going to increase that just so it's easier, a little easier to see. Oops, undo that. Okay, there we go. So right now I have a path that's going down the center, and I would want to actually convert these to curves before I continue on. Because what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to be able to assign anchor points where it goes to the outside of this stroke. Before I do that, I'm going to convert those to curves, going to my Convert Anchor Point tool, and I'm going to smooth these out. So I'm just clicking and holding and pulling out the handles, and I can still go in and adjust any one of these as well, as much as I wanted to. But I want it to look very fluid, so I kind of messed that one up. I'm going to have to go back with my direct selection tool in a second on that one. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to fix a few of these handles that I need to. And I'm just rotating them around because they got a little bit warped there. Okay, and I missed one. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I've got this selected. I'm going to go up to Object and Path, and I'm going to go to Outline Stroke. And what this is going to do for me is give me anchor points around the entire perimeter of that brush stroke, which is another reason why I made it thicker. So now you can see, instead of just having a path down the center, I now have a path going all the way around the outside. And now if I wanted to, I have my options to go in, make my gradient, I can rotate this, I can still manipulate my anchor points, I can now make some parts thinner, some parts thicker, I can go in and move all of my anchor points and make some of the necessary adjustments that I need. Now, I could do that exact same thing by drawing this with the brush tool. Because it's very fluid, this would probably be one of the better routes to go anyway. So I'm just going to go and draw this freehand, where I've got some of those smoother curves in there already. Okay, obviously need some adjustments, not great on the first try. I'm going to make it a little thicker here to help us out, so you can see. So I would go in and adjust some of these. I'd probably want to move this in and adjust some of my anchor points. Never necessarily going to get it on the first try, but I can do the exact same thing. Object, Path, Outline Stroke, and now I've got this entire thing outlined that if I wanted to go in and add my gradient to fill inside these, I could easily do that now by using my gradient tool over here.